you decided that, I'm getting my bags. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm getting the hell out of here?
It was literally, I don't know where I'm going. It was literally that way. It was literally like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm getting out of this 100%. So, but this shows you, that you get to a point where you're literally pushed, where you don't even care whether you have somewhere else to go or not. You just need to get yourself out of that situation. That's
Mhm.
how strong it is. That's how intense it is. So I throughout the relationship, I had developed high functioning anxiety and OCD. And this was because of all of the dynamics that were going on. I always blamed a high pressure job that I had. And maybe now, thinking back, I say, well, maybe there was a little bit of that as well. But, analyzing the whole relationship and really reflecting on the dynamics and the things that I was exposed to every single day, yes, you would get anxiety and OCD probably,
Of
right?
course.
So it doesn't actually surprise me. And so anyway, so I was there really struggling with anxiety and OCD. I had OCD to a point where it literally took me over an hour to leave the house in the morning, and it was really bad.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I got to a point where I couldn't organize my thoughts, and so I decided to go see a coach for OCD and to help me with anxiety. And fair enough, she did. She really helped me a lot. She helped me understand what OCD was. She helped me understand that I could let go of those compulsions. For everyone listening, if you don't know what OCD is, it's a
Yeah.
obsessive compulsive disorder, and it is an anxiety disorder. And it basically is when you have to perform certain rituals, certain little things, um, because otherwise you think that something really bad is going to happen. So let's say before leaving the house, I had this anxiety that I had to check 3 times the windows, that I had to check the doors, all of the doors around, all of the windows, move the curtains in a certain position, make sure that the remote control was like facing a certain way. Like literally to this point, people who are listening who have OCD are probably nodding. They're like, oh my God, yes, this is so familiar, right?
For me, Gloria, just to slowly interject here, my OCD developed heavily too over time. And I had the OCD of always making sure that the sink was turned off, the faucet. So I had to
Yeah,
go back a
yeah,
few times in the bathroom, turn the light on, make sure it's off, come out, go back in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And all you're looking for in these moments, and this is what I've come to realize through the process of working with this coach, is all you're looking for is literally safety.
Mm.
It's like your brain asking you, get somewhere safe, because look, we are looking for safety in everything. We have to make sure that the sink is closed or the door is locked in a certain way, because that makes you feel safe, because your underlying thing that is going on for you is non-safety, is unsafety, literally, right? So your brain gets to this point. And anyway, so I was working with this coach for about 18 months, and I was able to overcome. I had about one of the first exercises we did was to write down all of the compulsions that I had within the 24 hours, and they were about 40 to 45. I can't remember the exact number, but it was over 40, and it was taking up so much of my time. And anyway, so over 18 months, we managed to. Over 18 months, we managed to halve that number. So I went from
Wow.
40 down to 20. Now, if you listeners out there, if you have as many OCDs and all of a sudden they get halved, you gain a lot of brain space. You gain a lot of clarity. You gain a lot of breathing, right, in your thoughts. All of a sudden, it's not so busy up there anymore. And so what happened is that I sort of started, because I had more space, I started to notice a lot of the things that were happening that my brain wasn't able to see because it was too busy trying to let me find safety in OCD, in
Mm.
compulsions, right? So I started noticing things, and I started um, observing. I became an observer, and I was like, oh, I don't like this behavior. Let me do something about it. So I would question it, and I would get gaslighted. But for the first time, I was aware that this was happening. And this had probably happened for like 13 years, 12 years.